Now, just like in 2017, it will be a duel between a pro-business Emmanuel Macron and a protectionist Marine Le Pen on the 24th of April. How has the world of finance reacted to the results of the first round? Well, Yuka Royer is here with the numbers. Yuka.
Well, actually, so far, European markets do not seem to have had much of a reaction to the election outcome itself, with inflation fears still very much dominating investor sentiment, and also concern over the war in Ukraine continuing to weigh on investors' minds, as the World Bank warned it could cut the country's GDP by 45%. Stocks started coming down rapidly. These are the opening figures, but they started coming down rather rapidly after this. Germany's DAX currently trading at around down by about 1.3%. Now, shares of Société Générale here in Paris soared nearly 8% at the open. This after the French bank said it would exit Russia and sell its stake in Rosbank and its subsidiaries to a local firm. That would spell an end to SocGen's 15-year investment in the Russian bank and result in a write-off of about €2 billion, Paxi.
OK, with inflation running wild at the moment, concern over the cost of living really did dominate this election.
Well, purchasing power really placed itself at the heart of this election campaign, Haxi. It really was central, while the government's debt and deficit somewhat took a back seat. Now, inflation in France rose to 5.1%, as you can see there, back in March, according to the EU's harmonised measure. 5 years ago, the figure was 1.4%. Energy prices have skyrocketed and food is becoming more and more expensive as well. So naturally, both Emmanuel Macron and Marine Le Pen promised measures to fight inflation. Let's take a listen.
The government has been working for months to deal with the rise in the cost of living. We have spent the equivalent of €20 billion a year to protect households against increases in electricity and gas prices.
If the purchasing power issue is strangling you today, it's because previous politicians have impoverished you, have made public accounts collapse, and have even put our children into debt for a long time. If Emmanuel Macron had enriched the country, excuse me, but we wouldn't be talking about purchasing power.
You could talk me through the two leading candidates. Well, leading candidates, I should now say the two only remaining candidates. Take me through their campaign promises on this issue.
Well, as president already, Macron already imposed a cap on price increase for energy bills and an 18-cent rebate per litre of diesel. Now, as candidate, he promised to triple the amount of a special spending power bonus, which is a one-time tax-free payment that employers can offer. Marine Le Pen has been much more focused on directly helping consumers. She proposed doubling aid to single mothers and more financial help to families, as well as more social housing to French people and students. She also wants to renationalise motorways to bring toll fares down by 15%, reduce VAT on fuel from the current 20% to 5.5%, and suggested to temporarily remove sales tax on about 100 essential items. Now, Macron also promised to abolish companies' contribution on added value. That's estimated to save French businesses about €7 billion a year. Marine Le Pen, on the other hand, has made a rather bold promise, suggesting scrapping income tax for workers under 30 and offering a similar sort of fiscal advantage to young entrepreneurs. Analysts have predicted that this could cost state coffers €3.7 billion a year. Both have also proposed either scrapping or reducing inheritance tax for moderate income families.
Meanwhile, Yuka, the war in Ukraine, of course, has increased concern over energy security.
Yeah, right. I mean, Marine Le Pen obviously already proposed that massive tax cut for fuel, but with prices soaring, the future of France's energy supply has become a top priority as well for many people. Emmanuel Macron wants to boost Europe-wide energy independence. Within France, he wants to focus on nuclear and renewables. He proposed building 6 new generation reactors, nuclear reactors that is, and increasing solar power production tenfold. Marine Le Pen also wants to review France's energy mix, but while she is pro-nuclear and hydrogen, she is anti-wind power. She wants to dismantle existing wind farms. She also wants France to have to leave the European electricity market, the collective market. And in the short term, as I said earlier, she wants to reduce cut VAT on energy by from 20% to 5.5%.
Plans that are going to come under increasing scrutiny over the coming days. Yuka Royer, thank you very much. You're watching France 24. Do stay with us. I'll be back with more special coverage of the first round of the French presidential election in just a few minutes' time.